Jealousy in parents, that's something we just don't expect, right? We think our parents should be those kind of parents that, love us unconditionally, push us forward. They want to protect us and keep us engaged in life and push us as far as we can go, right? That's kind of what we think parents should be. But sadly, there's a small group of parents, and they are narcissistic. They are also sociopathic in a lot of ways. And they develop almost this internal need to be better, look better, and experience life in a better way than their own child. And it's hard to wrap your mind around that. I know it's hard for me, even as a therapist. If I see it, I'm like, oh my God, this can't be happening again. And I'm not saying that there's an increase in these kind of parents, but over the years in research, there's a little bit of a difference in terms of the characters and the mindsets and the behaviors of parents. Parents evolve with the times, and so unfortunately, some of them are jealous. So in today's video, I want to target that topic. It's a viewer requested video, so we're going to just jump on in and get it done, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. For all of you who are subscribed, and for those who are new, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you can stick around with us and be a part of our growing and validating community. And you guys, if you've been with me for a while, you're probably very well aware that I get distracted so easily, so I'm moving things out of my way, so ignore that part of the video. But let me encourage you to hit the subscribe button so you can stick around with us. And in case you don't know who I am, my name is Tamara. I'm an internationally and board certified trauma therapist. I'm also licensed in mental health, and I specialize in treating children, teens, and families, as well as adults who are dealing with trauma. Let's jump in. So as I stated at the very beginning of the video, it's a little bit hard to wrap your mind around the fact that, a person, you or somebody else could have a jealous parent. It's not something that we're used to seeing. It's not something that we actually want to internalize as a truth, right? One of the joys of my profession was learning parents. I really liked trying to understand who they are. I really liked trying to meet them where they were and really trying to help the child, the teen or the adult child, get through to the parent, be heard, and really get their needs met. It wasn't until I hit my 5th or 6th year mark in the field that I began to work with parents who were way more difficult than that, right? We're not talking about parents who are just having a little bit of stress and, they're a little bit regretful that they had so many kids and they don't know what to do and they carry everything and they're overwhelmed. We're not talking about those kind of parents. We're talking about the kind of parent that puts their needs before the child, puts their emotional and psychological needs before the child, puts their sexual and relational needs before the child, right? We're talking about those kind of parents. We're also talking about parents who are very selfish, self-centered. They are egocentric, right? Everything is about them at all times. They are really in need of an ego boost of some kind, of some sort, in order to survive. They may look one way to the world and appear very different on the inside, completely absent, completely detached. These are the kind of parents that we're talking about in this video. So let me give you some, I guess I could call it criteria on narcissistic jealousy and parents. So the first thing that you are likely to see in these kind of parents is something known as a state of grandiosity. Now, grandiosity, if we're talking about states of mind, we could say a grandiose delusion is basically this idea that you are more important and more godly and more holy than you actually are, right? And you kind of live your life based on that theory, like you're some kind of queen or deity of some sort. And you may even feel like you're invincible, right? You can fly, you can do the impossible. Nothing can touch you, nothing can harm you. Even death itself can't harm you, right? You may really have a state of mind that's rather grandiose. And so in parents with narcissistic jealousy, they tend to be rather grandiose. And when that child comes along, they are either faced with the reality that they aren't as grandiose or great as they thought, or they're faced with reality that, they are human and they flaw and they have issues and they make mistakes and they aren't perfect, right? And that can be really detrimental to their self-concept, because you have to think of this, which I talk about right up here in this video. I have a ton of videos on this channel about this. Narcissistic individuals really have to constantly be up here and never down here. So if they start to feel like the child has come along and has really demoted them in a way, then they're likely to have a very bad disposition as a result. And sometimes that could be jealousy towards the child. Get out of my way. I don't care that I bought that dress for you and you look cute in it. I want you to get out of my spotlight because I want the attention from dad, or I want the attention from my granddaughter, my grandson. So, that child who maybe you will be pushed to the side because they're not getting the attention that they want or they're used to getting. Okay, so state of grandiosity. Now the next thing that you are likely to see is fluctuating emotions, right? Narcissistic parents have a roller coaster type disposition in life all the way around, much less when they have on the inside of them jealousy eating away at them like a poison. If they're jealous of you and you are their son or their daughter, and they can't take that you got further ahead than them in life, that you got married to a better husband, to a better wife, that you have more money saved up, that you're heading towards retirement at a young age, you can't help those things. But if they feel like that is something that puts you above them, they may come out in their conversation with you, for example, and say things that really could sound like a jealous-hearted person, or something that you may hear from one of your enemies, right? Or from somebody that you didn't expect would be jealous of you. It can actually shock you because you're not used to your parent behaving this way, or a parent, right? Your idolization of a parent, your idea, your theory of a parent is that they should be a parent, not a jealous-hearted, competitive person. So you may actually be shocked when you start seeing those things in your narcissistic parent, but it is something that happens. And so you're going to see some fluctuating moods, and you may not know why, but that's because they have something housed on the inside of them, and it's eating them alive. It's eating away at them, for lack of a clinical term. Okay. The next thing is inflexibility to maintain a self-image. So, narcissistic parents feel like they need to maintain a self-image, and they're going to be inflexible with you. They're going to be very rigid. They're not going to be flexible. They're not going to be giving compassionate, loving, compassionate, emotionally attached parents tend to offer everything to you, right? Keep that in mind. They're going to be very rigid so they can maintain their self-image. The next thing is you're probably going to see them deflating your qualities. And what I mean by this is they're not going to praise you for all the wonderful things that you have done, all the wonderful things that you have accomplished, all the grand and wonderful things that have come into your life. They're not going to praise you for that. They're not going to embrace you for that. They're actually going to most likely minimize you, deflate you, or maybe not say anything at all. I'm sure you've seen envious and jealous people. They tend to pump the brakes on complimenting you, or when they say certain things, you kind of feel like they're pulling back as opposed to really giving you their all. So, keep that in mind. Okay, they're going to deflate your qualities. The next thing is parental alienation. If that parent feels that you love the father or your father more than they do, or they feel like you're taking their attention, or you love your dad more than, anything, and the mother is not getting that attention, or the father, that other parent can alienate you from the other parent just because they're jealous of the relationship, of the connection or the communication. The next thing that you are likely to see is something that I refer to as deflation and valuation. So here's what I mean by that. You're probably going to see this parent one moment idolize you and the next moment devalue you. They're having a hard time really being okay with the fact that maybe you don't measure up to their narcissistic expectations in some ways, and yet on this side of things, yes, you do, and you may far exceed them, and that's what's making them jealous of you. It's a little bit hard to tell what's going on, but sometimes these parents will fluctuate between two views of you, right? They will value you on one end, and then they will devalue you on another, and none of it makes sense because you can never please them, So these kind of parents really do seem rather confused in what they are asking of you. The next thing that you are likely to see is vacillating between their real self and a fantasy self. So narcissistic parents who are jealous-hearted, or they house within them some kind of resentment towards their child, they usually have an issue with their own self-image first, right? Prior to even you being born. The fact that you have come into their world and you have taken so much from them because you have been their child, I should say, and they've had to take care of you and sacrifice, and the list goes on. Because of that dynamic, they may not like their real self. And sometimes that will clash with their fantasized self-image. If you know where I'm going with this, it's a little bit confusing how I'm putting this. But they have a real image that they don't like, and they have a fantasized image, which they do like. But then here you come, right, as somebody who needs them. You know, you're somebody that they have to be responsible for. They have to be self-sacrificing. They don't want to do that as a narcissistic parent. So what do? You know, they fight with that reality and they cling to the fantasy view of who they are. So let's say, okay, now here you are as an adult, for an example, and they don't like the fact that, you know, you just being their child really brings them into contact with the side of themselves that they don't like, that real self. They're angry with you, you know. Let's say you're a very confident, attractive, smart person. They're going to be jealous of you. And so, you know, this is a really complicated dynamic, but, you know, a narcissistic parent can go through this. They will vacillate between their real image and a fantasized image. And if you're in the middle of that and in the way, you're probably going to get some kind of something on you just from being in the middle of that. You know, they're kind of confused, and you being the child of theirs really causes them to have to look at the reality of who they are, right? And they don't like that. They like to feel important and on top of the world, and that's unrealistic and often inconsistent with being a busy, self-sacrificing parent, right? So keep that in mind. It's just the role of being a parent versus that narcissistic fantasy of being in another role. Okay, the next thing you're likely to see is you're going to see a competition between, you know, your narcissistic and jealous parent versus your healthy parent. So let's say your mother is jealous and narcissistic, but your father is quite normal and loving. You're going to see some competition. Not that your father is going to be the one competing, it's going to be your mother. So, you know, if you love your dad and you're hugging your dad and you're giving him things and you're constantly mentioning how wonderful he is, just watch, because the mother is going to come behind that and maybe try to destroy that relationship, maybe try to exaggerate herself over the dad, right? So there's another dysfunctional dynamic right there, and you will see that competition, unfortunately. All right. The next thing is blind disregard for familial relationships, right? So blind disregard. They don't care that you're the daughter, the son, the stepchild, the half-child, whatever. They're jealous of you. It doesn't matter who you are. There are some families who, you know, the mother and the daughter look so much alike in terms of age that it's really hard to figure out, like, who's the mother, who's the daughter. And in some situations like that, the mother, if she is a narcissist and she houses jealousy within her, that can become a huge problem. And, you know, that mother is going to express some really dark things with that daughter, or toward that daughter. And that's an unfortunate reality, but it does happen. Last but not least on this topic is fear of losing face, right? As a good parent, you're going to see that in these jealous-hearted, narcissistic parents. They don't want to lose face. They don't want to come off to other people as being inadequate. Again, they need whatever they need to keep their ego afloat. And if you're the person who brings out a side of them that they don't want the world to see, or because you're better than them in some ways, or you've made it further, or your life is better, you know, they're going to probably have a problem with you if they are psychiatrically and psychologically unstable. These kind of parents really do need help. I don't even know if we could just classify them as just strictly narcissistic. There may be some other things going on within this kind of personality. I want you to think of the movie Mommy Dearest, and I'll post a link in the description box below, and I'll also post some videos I've done in the past about psychopathic mothers and fathers that can kind of help you understand where I'm coming from with this video. This viewer requested video, I should say. It was a good request. Thank you so much. A lot of you can relate. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if it was, and please give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. We're going to continue with these conversations this month. I'll see you soon. Bye.